All right, so we open up the M drive.
The punch cards are usually up here, you said, somewhere? In this
No,
box?
either they're there or on my desk.
In here, right? Or on
No.
your desk?
They'll be in that mailbox or on my desk.
Oh,
The
okay.
punch cards that are for this payroll. Okay.
Okay.
So you open up the M drive. M drive, owners, Bradley, accounting, payroll. Okay. So you open up last payroll's spreadsheet. So I go here. It was January 10th of 2025 was the last payroll. I right click, I copy it, and paste. Okay. So this week's pay date is the 24th. So we're going to change that. 24th. So now the file is named for January 24th, 2025, payroll Bradley. Okay, so you open it up. Okay, dang, come on. All right, so we're open. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tabs down here. So you just got to go to each tab and clear out the entries to clear the spreadsheet. Basically, green numbers and the tips. This spreadsheet's a little goofy because it's copied from the first one for the year, so there's a lot of duplication here. Disregard that for now. Disregard all these numbers. So your bottom number here should be 0. Next is the cooks. 0. Next is the hotel side. 0. Zero.
So 0 is where, that's where you got to be.
Yeah.
Over here.
Admin, so I usually leave admin here. Terry always gets 10 hours. So your total is 84.19. Now you go to your summary tab, 84.19. Okay, so it matches the admin, 84.19. So you know everything's been cleared out. And then tips should be 0. Because if you cleared out everything. If there was a number here still, or if this number was bigger, then you missed something on the other sheets. Okay?
So 84.19 was for
just the admin.
Oh, just that. So that always stays the same.
Pete, Nick, Alex, and Terry.
Okay.
Okay. Or you could just go bang, bang, 0. So you go to your summer page and 0. Everything's 0. Okay. Okay, done.
So if you see 84.19 here, by process of elimination, you know that you deleted everything else.
Yeah, this should be 84.19 on your summary page. And your tip should be 0. So now you know you have a clean slate. So you can either start with hotel side time cards or banquet and restaurant punch reports on a squirrel. I'll start with the time cards. All right. And what I do on the time cards on the hotel side, I go through them, and like this is 6 to 9, and if it's a 7-minute window, they got a 7-minute window on either side to punch in. So 6 to 9, it's 5:58 to 9:06, so that's 3 hours. 5 to 10:10, that's 5 and a quarter hours. Okay. 5:56 to 10:09.
Wait, 10:10. What's the? I thought you said 7 minutes.
After 7 minutes, you add a quarter hour.
Oh, okay.
You round back or round forward, or you could just go with this number, with a total number. It's up to you. 6 to 10:09. So I do 4 1/4 hours. 6 to 2, 8. 6:04 to 9:08. So she punched in a minute, so it's basically 3 1/4. 5 to 10:07, that's 5 hours. 4 to 7, that's 3 hours. Or like I said, you could take this total number because the numbers usually come pretty close. If you add all these numbers up, $31.75.
Yeah.
So it's very close. Okay. All right. So then I go to the hotel tab, Melissa Whitson. So disregard the duplication. There's usually only one name, one rate. So disregard the duplication. Just assume there's one. So we're gonna go. The rate is $15 an hour for 2025. So $31.75. Okay.
So the duplication is just to highlight the increase.
That was from the difference. It was the first payroll, so I had to split the wages last time.
Okay.
Usually there's only one.
So put it on the higher one.
Well, there's usually not a higher one. So
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'll fix all that. So, all right. So next one, Randy Lassiter. And I don't know why these time cards are all out of order, but they are. So he gets 4 hours a day, except on Saturday sometimes there's more. 9 to 1, 9 to 1, 9 to 1, 9 to 1, 11 to 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First week, Sunday through Saturday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First week, 20 hours. Okay. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 9 to 1, 9 to 1, 9 to 1, 9 to 1. 11 to 4. This is the day he stayed an extra hour because of there were no banquets, but we had the flood in the bathrooms, so he stayed to clean that up. So 4, 4, 4, 4, 5. So week 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4 is 20 plus 1, 21. So he's got 41 hours. Okay. So Randy, maintenance is down here. Delete. 41. Okay. Jake, again, Sunday through Saturday. So I kind of draw a line sometimes there. All right, and 9 to 4. He works 8 to 4. I'm sorry. His normal hours are 8 to 4 Monday through Friday. 8 to 4, 8 to 4, 8 to 7:58 to 3:55. Again 8. 7:56 to 3:58. 8. 8 to 4, 8 to 4, 8 to 4. 8 to 4, 8 to 4. So he's got 8, 8. So he's week 1 is 40 hours, week 2 is 40 hours. Why do I break it down by week 1 and week 2? Because if he works 70 hours, let's just assume he works, he worked 30 hours on week 2, but 41 hours in week 1, you got to pay him 1 hour overtime. It goes by week, not by 2 weeks. Okay? So James Brugman. Blanca Rojas. Here's the difference now in housekeeping. I just take this number. I just kind of I eyeball the cards, and I just take their total number. I don't break it down because their hours really vary. So Blanca, 46.93. Jessica, 50.68.
Are you flying blind with this,
With what?
because you said the hours vary quite a bit?
Yeah, because because
it's on occupancy.
Yeah, it's based on occupancy, and they don't have a schedule like 7 to 3.
Right. No,
Other
I know,
than their start time.
but do you just enter whatever you see there?
Yeah, whatever I see there.
So
Whatever I see there. And
if there's mistakes, you're entering it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just kind of review the cards, see if there's any duplicates or any missed punches.
assuming they're pretty good about.
Yeah, there's occasionally a missed punch, and Terry usually has it figured out by then. Liliana. Noemi Beltran. 53.82. Again, the only other thing, Terry usually has that split up week 1, week 2 in case there's any overtime. It's rare that there's overtime.
But you have to determine whether there's overtime. Like Terry doesn't make any notes or anything, right?
No, Terry will. So Terry will do the homework for you usually. She'll add up these hours and put, the hours here.
Oh yeah, I think
and
I've seen her do that.
Yeah. But I always double check everything. Kind of keep an eye. If there's overtime, then I'll usually redo the math to make sure she got it right. Okay, so Caitlin Bowers, front desk. So 2 to 10, that's 8. 2 to 10, that's 8. 2 to 6:07, that's 4. 7-minute mark is a break.
Tie goes to the house.
Yeah. 3 to 11:09, so she went over, so she's 8 1/4. 3 to 10, 7. 24, 28, 35, 25. I came up with 35.25 for week 1, and look what the total is, 35.33. So we're right there. 2 to 10, it's 8. 2 to 10, that's 8. 8 to 4:08, 8 1/4. 3 to 11:07, that's 8. 3 to 10, that's 7. 2, 3, 4. 39.25. So I'll add that up. 74.50, they add 74.67. So the numbers are real close. So Caitlin, 74.50. So you do that for the rest of the cards also. Just look at this.
Overtime.
Okay, so Donna Sanders, week 1, she's got 41 hours. Now we'll do week 2. 10 to 6 is 8. 10 to 7 is 9. 11 to 7 is 8. 10 to 6 is 8. So she was late. 10:08 to 6, so 775. Okay, so if we add that up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 40, 41.
39.75, right?
40, 75. I think it's 40.
Oh yeah, it's a 9. I didn't realize it was a 9.
Yeah, 40.75. So this one's easy. There's overtime here, so it's 80 plus 175. So Donna, so here's Donna, 80 regular hours. Then you got to go over here, overtime. Okay, 80 to the overtime column, 175. Okay. Let's do Ashley because she may have overtime. 6 to 2, 8. 6 to 2, 8. 6 to 2, 8. 7 to 3:09, 8 1/4. 7 to 3, 8. No, yes, 7 to 3, 8. So first week is 40.25. 6 to 2, 8. 6 to 2, 8. 7 to 3, 8. 7 to 3:06, that's 8. 6 to 2:07, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 40. So it's 80.25, so it's 80 plus 25 overtime hours. So Caitlin, 80.
Ashley,
I'm sorry. 0.25. There you go. Okay? You can pause. In the front desk department, 336 hours is the standard. Is the budget. How do I come up with that? 24 hours in a day times 7 days a week. 168 times 2 weeks, because it's a 2-week pay period. 336 hours. So because we have one person per shift, 336. So she's got 2 hours over overtime. So that's pretty good. That's really good. That's 336 plus 2 hours overtime. Not a big deal. Okay. I'll look at how many rooms were sold to determine the housekeeping minutes per room. And we can do that here in a minute. I have to go into Choice Advantage, run a report. Maintenance is usually either it's 80 and 40 hours, so 120. Sometimes it's 80 and he would be an extra 8 hours, so it would be like 48. 80 and 48. Okay.
Like if there was an emergency or something?
Or if there's a banquet on a Saturday, he usually stays till 7. Okay. So you can pause.
Yeah.
All right. So determine how many rooms were sold during the period of housekeeping. You go to Run Reports in Choice Advantage, and I go to Hotel Stats. It's either here or it's going to be here. So there's a couple spots you can find it. So if you look here, the time period is Sunday, January 5th through Saturday, January 18th. So what I do is the rooms sold would have been on January 4th for the hours on January 5th. Okay? So January 4th through January 17th. Okay? Submit. So I look in here, and this is a good report because it shows how the good news is this year we sold 491 rooms. Last year 444. Okay, so we're a little bit ahead of last year in rooms sold. Bad news is the ADR is a little bit lower, 62, well, let's say 61 compared to 64. But the good news is you're up about $900 for your 30,911 compared to 30,093. So you're up about $900 since the same 2 periods last year. All right, so now going back to the housekeeping here, I don't take comp rooms. I take the total revenue rooms, 491. I'll go back to the spreadsheet and I put it here, 491. Okay, 491 rooms sold. So these are, hang on. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. So this calculates itself. This number, the total minutes worked, is housekeeping hours times 60 minutes per hour.
There's a formula in there.
Yeah, there's a formula in this area right here. So it's 12,955.80 minutes worked in those 2 periods. Divided by the 491 rooms sold, it's 26.39 minutes per room. That's pretty good compared historically. It's probably about half of what it's been in last year.
But for payroll purposes, that's not really relevant, right?
No, I basically send this report to Pete. He can review it. So, but this takes care of the front desk department. Okay. Total pay is going to be, gross pay is 11,185. All right.
Okay.
There's no new hires in the department. We only have one hire this pay period, and it's in Oliver's, but we'll get to that. All right. Pause. As a side note, the only reason you don't have to do a spreadsheet. You can enter these numbers right into QuickBooks. QuickBooks is the payroll system that we use. But I do it as a check, as a self-check to make sure I could see my numbers in plain sight. So, all right, pause. All right, so now time to do the food and beverage side. So you got your punches here. So I usually have 2 reports, Oliver's Dine, and labor. Okay. Sometimes there's an Oliver's Bar, but that's only if there's a mistake, people mistakenly punched in under Oliver's Bar, and we just add them to the Oliver's Dine side. So, but Oliver's Dine and labor, and I always make sure that the dates are correct. The pay period dates are correct.
Who prepares it? Terry does
Terry
this?
usually prints these out of
puts
Squirrel.
it in her mailbox?
And puts it on my desk, usually. Or the HR mailbox. But she has it usually ready for me, and she usually kind of like does some of the totaling up. All right? So, with that being said, let's take Vanessa Arellano first. Ariano. So she's got 2 jobs here, Expo and Host Busser. Host gets paid at minimum wage, 15. Expo gets paid at $10. So so what I do here now, I go to hours front, go down, I go down to host section. All right, again, there's duplication in here. Ignore the duplication. There's usually only 1 per person. Okay, so host hours. What I do is this. I'll take the easier route here. Busser is $10. So she had 2 Expo days, which are busser hours. That's a tip wage. Expo and busser is the same thing. So 2 days she had 6.07 hours. Okay. So now, instead of adding these up, I could just easily go equals 3482 total hours minus this. That's her host hours. Okay. So after I put it in, I check this off like that. Okay. Rebecca Banks this is a new person. We're going to skip this person for now. Kayla Bright, another busser. She's all busser hours, 1617. So I go here, Kayla Bright, 1617. 1617. So now, a side note. Bussers get tips. So what I do is I calculate the tips for them so they can make minimum wage. Minimum wage right now is $15 an hour. We pay them 10. So I got to make up that $5. So tips equals this total hours times $5 an hour. It's $30.35. That's what I'll report.
Do they declare anything?
They don't usually declare it. They let me just report for them.
Okay.
Okay.
And that just applies to the
host
and host/busser.
Yep. Expo. No, not host, but busser. And I'll
put busser expo.
Yeah, I'll put /expo. There you go. Busser expo hours. Okay. Next one, Deb Brooks. She's usually between 15 and 20 hours a week here at Bradley. So 40.75. 40.75. Nick Kraft, bartender. Bar hours. Yeah, server hours, bar hours. 9:15. Jose Luis Diaz, cook. All right. He usually works 48 hours. Approximately 48 hours. No, I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, about 9. No, he usually works 90 hours. Approximately 90 hours.
Yeah, 45 hours.
Yeah, 45. Yeah, now he's 9 times 6. 9 times 5, 45.
Yeah.
So 9. So he's got 90 hours. So I know it's all overtime. So it's 80 hours plus 10.55 overtime. Okay. Lisa Drury, server. Now technically I should be dividing up her per week hours, but I know these are low. So week 1, week 2. But just by eyeballing it, I know she's under her total hours. So back to the front of the house. Lisa Drury, server hours, 62.67. Okay. Grace Fick, server, 447. Server. Jacob Humphrey, Expo. So it's all Expo hours. So we go back down the bottom. Jacob, all Expo hours, 1867. Okay. Daniel Jasso, cook, 4533. Now I do have a spreadsheet. I do have a schedule for the cooks. I don't have a new one printed out, which shows a budgeted number for total cook hours and for each person to make sure they're not going over what budgeted hours are. Ashley Kiger. I thought so. This girl. Oh man, I already deleted her, so I'll have to add her back in. I thought she was not going to be working for us, but this could also be a mistake. Christina Lade. all server hours 27.72.
You check Sling schedule.
Yeah, so I can also check so if there's any questions usually. And that's the other thing. I also have a budget number for total front of the house hours, and I can show you that later.
Okay.
So then I don't have to really worry about,
Right.
But if we move to Sling, pause.